that we are studying today. Total elongation of the bar due to its own weight. So, for the purpose of analysis, we are considering a rectangular bar. Let us consider a bar fixed at one end. It is fixed at the top and hanging freely under its own weight. The length of this bar is L. If I cut it in the cross section, its area is A. Young's modulus of velocity of the bar is E. And specific weight. What is the specific weight? Weight per unit volume is the specific weight. Specific weight of that particular material of the bar is omega. Now I want to calculate the deformation of small part of this bar, and afterwards I can integrate it to get the deformation of the whole bar. So I am considering a bar of length L. If I cut it in the cross section, its area is A. Now I am considering a small part of it, dx, which is at a distance of x from the bottom. I want to calculate the deformation of this part. This part means its length is dx. What is the load acting on this part? Is nothing but the weight of the part below it. So the force acting on this small elemental part is nothing but the weight of this part on the member. So self weight of bar length x, this x is acting on the elemental part dx. So if I am able to calculate what is the weight of this bar, that time I can get the bar with a load subjected to self weight of that part. If that is the case, I know how to calculate the deformation of that particular part. That is nothing but deformation of any part is given by P into L divided by A into E. P is nothing but axial load acting on the member. L is the length of the member. A is the cross sectional area. And E is the Young's modulus of the material. So out of these four parameters, L is known to me. That is nothing but dx. And P I need to calculate. What is the P here? On this part, weight of the lower part is acting on it. Weight of the lower part means the bar of length is equal to x. I need to calculate the weight of that x. That is to be marked as the force acting on dx. Based on it, I need to calculate the deformation of dx. Just see how he is calculating it. So this only small part dx, I am taking it out. On this part, weight is dw. What is the value of dw? Weight of that particular part. That is given by weight is equal to dw, weight of the part, is equal to volume of the material multiplied by the density. That is W into G is the weight acting on the material. Yes, dw I want to calculate. What is the volume of this part? Volume in the sense area multiplied by the length. I am assuming the area of this part to be A. If area of the part is A, then volume is A into X. So the volume multiplied by the density of the material, that is nothing but the specific weight per unit volume, that I am assuming it as omega. Therefore, the weight acting on that particular part is given by volume multiplied by density, A into X into omega is the weight of that particular part. Now you focus only on this part, means you are focusing only on this part. What is the change in length of this part? What has given to you is length of the part is dx, force acting on it is equal to dw, cross sectional area of the part is A and Young's modulus is E. Then the deformation is given by P into L divided by A into E. P is nothing but dw. L is nothing but dx. L is nothing but dx. A is A only and E is the Young's modulus of the material. Now calculate the deformation of the small elemental part. This is the weight acting on it, means this part's weight. If I take the elemental part here, this weight is acting on the member. If I take elemental part here, only this particular part's weight is acting. Based on where that elemental part is situated, the weight acting on it is different. So the deformation of this elemental part is given by P is nothing but dw here. L is nothing but dx here. A is the cross-sectional area, E is the Young's modulus. Indirectly, this is nothing but P into L divided by A into E. Yes, that substitute the value of dw. dw is nothing but, we have calculated here, A into X into omega dw, multiply it with the dx divided by AE. A and A will cancel out. E and E is there only. Yes, left out is X omega divided by E. So this is the deformation of the small elemental part. If you change the value of X, say if I am taking a small elemental part here above that line, then this will become the EX. But the expression for the dw will be same, but only X is variable there. Therefore, if I want the deformation of the whole bar because of its own weight, if I want the deformation of the whole bar because of its own weight, then this small deformation is to be integrated from X is equal to 0, from the bottom to the top, X is equal to 8 L. Therefore, the total deformation due to the self weight is calculated by integrating the above equation for the limit 0 to L. Yes, do it. Total deformation is equal to integral of A cancelled, X omega dx x omega dx divided by E, this expression it is to be integrated from 0 to L. Therefore, total deformation delta is equal to 0 to L x omega dx divided by E. Yes, what is the integration of x? Omega and E being constant, only x is variable here. Integration of x is x square divided by 2e. Therefore, put the limits here. For the upper limit, x will become equal to L. Therefore, it is WL square divided by 2e. For lower limit, it will become equal to 0. Therefore, the total deformation of this rectangular bar of length L and specific weight omega, Young's constant E is given by WL square divided by 2E. Yes, any doubt in understanding this one? Yes, anybody has got any doubt in understanding this one? Usually only two types of problems is asking in the examination based on the self weight. One is the rectangular one, other one is the triangular one. I will repeat this rectangular one once again. Yes, I want the total deformation of the bar due to its own weight. So we are considering a bar fixed at one end. Usually it is hanging under its own weight. We are calculating the deformation of the bar. Means at the top it is fixed and at the bottom it is hanging. The length of the bar is L. Cross-sectional area of the bar is A. We are assuming whatever it may be the cross-section, you can take it to account. The Young's modulus of velocity of the bar is E and the specific weight of the bar is omega. So, for calculating the deformation at a different level, if we are considering the part, say if I am considering a part here, this weight is acting on the bar, its condition is different. If I consider a part here, only this part of the weight is acting on the part. Therefore, the weight on the part, weight is nothing but the load here. Because of the load, the body will undergo the elongation or the deformation. The weight is acting in the downward direction, means the body is experiencing the tensile force. I have to calculate that tensile force and the deformation. As it is not constant, it is changing from point to point. I am considering a small elemental part, so that the weight there is fixed one is equal to dW. Now I am considering a small elemental part dx at a distance x from bottom. Self weight of part of length is equal to x. Only I am considering this weight acting on this part. This weight won't act on this one, right? Yes, take the part dx. On this one weight dw is acting. dw is because of this particular part. I have to calculate the weight of this one, that is to be taken as dw on this part, assuming that it is fixed here, it is subjected to a force is equal to dw. I need to calculate the deformation. If I got the value of dw, that itself is the P, dx is the L, A is the cross-sectional area, E is the Young's modulus. Hence I can get the deformation of that particular part. Now what is the value of dW? That is nothing but the volume of this part multiplied by the density, which will give us the weight, which is indirectly the force. So it is given by dW is equal to volume multiplied by density is equal to volume, area you are assuming A, multiplied by the distance, that will give you the volume. A into x is the volume multiplied with the specific weight. You will get the weight of that part. Weight of part is known to you. Hence, we can calculate the deformation of the small elemental part. Deformation in small elemental part is given by dW, that is nothing but P into dx, nothing but L divided by A into E. General expression for deformation of the part is equal to P into L divided by A into E. That is equal to dW into dx divided by A into E. Your confusion may be why we are not considering the whole part in single stretch, because at different levels the force acting on the part is different. That is why we are considering the small elemental part. Yes, that deformation is given by, substitute the value of dW. dW is nothing but A into x into omega multiplied by dx. This is P L A E. So A cancels, left out is x omega dx divided by E. Now omega and E are constant. Integration is only x dx. Integration of x dx is nothing but x square divided by 2. So your expression will appear like this. Total deformation of this bar is equal to x dx. Omega E is constant. Integration of x is x square by 2. Omega and E will remain there only. Substitute the limits. Upper limit is L. When you substitute the upper limit, it will become omega into L square divided by 2E. Lower limit is 0. Therefore, the total deformation of the bar, rectangular bar, under its own weight is equal to omega into L square divided by 2E. Next, we are going for the elongation of the triangular bar due to its own weight. The same thing we are repeating here. Only the formula will change because the weight is not uniformly changing. Triangular's weight will change. There it was rectangular. A was constant. Here A is not constant. So friends, let us consider a triangular bar fixed at the base B. At the top it is fixed and this dimension is equal to B. Uniform thickness T and hanging freely under its own weight. The length of the bar is L. Young's modulus of elasticity is E and specific weight of the bar is omega. We are assuming the dimension of this triangular member perpendicular to the board is t. So again what we are doing is consider a small elemental part dx at a distance x from the bottom. From the bottom I am taking a small elemental part dx. Let bx be its width. Here the width is given as b. Here it is 0. Within a length of L, it is changing from 0 to b. If I know this dimension, I can get its area. Bx into t will be the area there. Now I need to calculate the weight of the lower part. If I want the deformation of a part here, then this whole weight of the triangular part will act on it. If I calculate it somewhere near the bottom, only the part below it will act on that part. So to achieve this one, what we are doing is we are cutting this whole member into small elemental strips of depth dx, and bx is to be calculated and weight on it is to be calculated. Hence calculate the deformation of that particular part. Yes, if bx is the width of the triangular strip at a distance x from bottom, then bx is given by bx is equal to, yes, similar triangle properties. Yes, b divided by L is equal to bx divided by x. B divided by L equal to bx divided by x. Therefore, bx is equal to b into x divided by L. Now, we need to calculate the weight of this part. What is the weight? It is nothing but the volume multiplied by the specific weight. Means I need to calculate the volume of this lower part. This volume is nothing but the area of this triangle multiplied by the thickness. There, the area is constant. Directly we have calculated the area there without taking into account the A. Directly we have calculated there the volume without taking into account the A, because area is uniform throughout its length. But here the area is changing. Here if you want the area, what is the area of this triangle? Yes, it is half bx into L is the area, and volume if you want, area multiplied with the thickness, that is nothing but half bx into L into omega is the self weight of the part. Just check it. Yes, the weight is given by volume multiplied by density. As I told you, volume is nothing but area of the triangle multiplied by the thickness of the triangle. That is half bx into x into t. This will give us the volume of this part. Volume multiplied with the omega, that is self weight, will give us the weight of that part. That weight of the part is acting on this dx. Therefore, the deformation of that small elemental part dx is given by this weight, that is P length dx divided by area. What is the cross sectional area here? Cross sectional area, one dimension is bx and other dimension is t. This dx is the height of the part. Dimensions, if we cut that particular part, that we observe is bx and t. T won't appear here. It is perpendicular to the board or the perpendicular to the screen. Therefore, the weight is given by half bx into x into t into omega. Now the deformation of the small elemental part is given by deformation of the small elemental part is equal to S P, that is dw, into dx divided by A into E. Already you got the value of dw here. Now A, as I told you, is nothing but one dimension is bx, other dimension is perpendicular to the board, is equal to t. So substitute these values, dw into dx divided by A into E. Yes, substitute these values. dw is nothing but this value, half bx into x into t into omega. This whole number is dw. The rest is easy for us. Dx is the length divided by what is the area? Bx into t, A into E. So if you simplify whole thing, left out is half omega x into dx divided by E. Now this is the small elemental parts deformation. If you want the deformation of the whole triangular part because of its own weight, I need to carry such strips from x is equal to 0 to x is equal to L. Yes, do it. That is, the total deformation due to the self weight is equal to integral from 0 to L omega x into dx divided by 2e. Here omega and 2e are constant. Only left out is x into dx. What is integral of x? X square by 2. That 2 and this 2 will become 4. X square by 4e into omega, and the limits are 0 to L. If you substitute the upper limit, it will become L square into omega divided by 4e, and lower limit is 0. Based on that one, the total deformation of the triangular element under its own weight is equal to omega L square divided by 4e. Yes friends, the same thing again. Compared with the rectangular bar, it is bit difficult one. I will repeat it again. Let us consider a triangular bar fixed at the base. This is the triangular element. At the base it is fixed base dimension is B, thickness of it is T, perpendicular to the screen, its dimension is T, and hanging freely under its own weight. Length of the bar is L. Young's modulus of material is E, and specific weight. Specific weight is nothing but the weight per unit volume. Volume multiplied by specific weight will give you the weight of the material. Consider a small elemental part dx at a distance x from the bottom. We are considering a small elemental part because the whole part we cannot consider it in a single stretch, because at different levels the weight acting on that part is different. If you consider a strip at the top, the total triangular weight is acting on it. If you consider at the bottom, only the small tip is acting on it. Therefore, I need to consider one particular strip which depth is negligible, one dx, and is at a distance of x from bottom. I need to calculate the force or the weight acting on it. Once the force is known to us, deformation is given by P into L divided by A into E. If Bx is the width of the triangular strip at a distance x from bottom, this Bx is given by Bx is the width, that is calculated by using the two similar triangles here. One triangle is the big triangle, this one, having the width is equal to B, length is equal to or height is equal to L, and one more triangle having the width is equal to Bx and height is equal to x. So Bx is given by similar triangles. Bx divided by x is equal to B divided by L. Therefore Bx is equal to B by L into x. Now the self weight of the bar acting on the elemental part is given by self weight is nothing but volume of this triangular part multiplied by the omega. How we are calculating the volume? Volume is nothing but area of this triangle multiplied by the thickness of it. Volume multiplied with the omega, you will get the weight. Deformation of small elemental part, once the weight is known to us, is given by dw into dx divided by A into E. Substitute the value of dw, bx, A and E. You will get the total deformation of the self weight as WL square divided by 4E. Yes, anybody wants to ask any of the problem here? Any clarifications in connection with the triangular part or the rectangular part? Yes. Yes.
ಟೋಟಲ್ ಡಿಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್, ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್. ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಷನ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
Total deformation delta is the total deformation of that whole part, and whatever deformation we have calculated is the deformation of the small elemental part. Deformation of small elemental part dx. For this part, this is the deformation. Why we are integrating it? If the location of this part changes, the weight acting on it changes, but the expression for the weight will remain same in terms of the x. That is why x is the variable here. That is why I need to integrate from 0 to L. Whether you are having the problem with the integration, how to calculate the integration, or why we are integrating. Yes?
How to calculate, sir?
How to calculate why we are integrating is your problem. Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Why we are integrating means only this part separately. If I am considering here, the dW is the weight acting here. If I go here, the value of dW will be different. Why it is different? Here, this much of part's weight is acting. If I come here, only small part of the weight is acting on it. Value of the weight at different locations is different. When P changes, then I cannot use the single formula. But here, fortunately, expression is same. Expression is same, but the values are different. For that, only the solution is integrated from one end to the other end. Hope I cleared your doubt.
Yes, sir.
Not yet. Okay, I'll modify the this slide tomorrow, and I'll explain you again. Here I cannot make any change in the slide. I got your doubt, but I cannot show it. If it is blackboard or something like that, I could have told you. Definitely in the next class, I'll explain why I am doing that. Okay? Anything
Okay.
else? Yes?